Transphobic slurs, romanticizing racism, and defending powerful men accused of harassment and assault. These are just a few of the scandals that Blake Lively will never escape. Blake Lively's apparent mean girl energy first publicly surfaced during her stint on the CW's hit teen drama Gossip Girl. In 2008, New York Magazine alleged that she and co-star Leighton Meester avoided each other like the plague, with their fellow castmates forced to take sides. The tensions were visible in a recently resurfaced clip from a Gossip Girl panel where Lively appeared to insinuate that Meester was born in jail. When the quip fell flat, Lively responded,
"Come on, it was a joke. Lord have mercy."
Although neither party has admitted to a feud, Lively's publicist didn't really deny the rumors at the time, telling Wet Paint, "Blake and Leighton have never been best friends and never professed to be. Blake goes to work, does her job, and goes home." Adding to the speculation is the fact that Meester follows two former Gossip Girl co-stars on Instagram, neither of which is Lively. In August 2024, Lively launched a new range of hair care products under the name of Blake Brown. It may seem like nothing more than a way to show off her entrepreneurial skills, but Lively did so while promoting It Ends With Us, her film about domestic violence. As a result, the actress was accused of trying to capitalize on a serious issue. Lively also promoted her other brands around that time and even sent out an email highlighting how her Betty Buzz drinks can be used to make It Ends With Us-inspired cocktails. In the star's defense, the box office smash was supposed to hit theaters several months earlier, meaning that she'd originally planned to put at least some distance between the projects. However, that didn't stop her detractors from sticking the knife in, with one Reddit user arguing, "I think it's disgustingly tacky to take something as serious as domestic violence and use it to promote your hair products. This isn't some cute rom-com."
I'm just so proud of every bit of it.
Lively also came under fire for seeming to trivialize domestic violence during an uncomfortable interview while promoting the film. Journalist Jake Hamilton bore the brunt of Lively's antics when he asked her how people should approach her if they want to talk to the actress about the message of the film. Lively instantly seemed to shrug off the serious subject matter, questioning whether Hamilton was advocating for her to share her address, telephone number, and even her location coordinates.
I could just location share you, and then we could, I'm a Virgo, so I'm like, are we talking logistics? Are we talking emotionally?
Lively did later answer the question more seriously, but by then, the damage was done. Amid all the It Ends With Us controversy, one ex-user recalled a Blake Lively interview with Elle 12 years earlier, in which the actor used a slur for transgender people in an interview about having kids. The user then posted an image of the quote, which read, "I hope to have a few girls one day. If not girls, they better be because I have some amazing shoes and bags and stories that need to be appreciated." Unfortunately, this wasn't the first time that Lively had used the term. While insisting that there was no rivalry between herself and Leighton Meester in 2008, she told Nylon, "You read the gossip magazines and everybody is dating everyone, everybody hates everyone, everybody's had tons of plastic surgery and we're actually men and you don't listen to the rumors." And then a year later, Lively complained to Allure that she felt like a while appearing in Gossip Girl, adding, "I've got this long hair and lots of clothes and makeup on. I just feel really big a lot of the time, and I'm surrounded by a lot of tiny people. I feel like a man sometimes." In 2012, Lively and Ryan Reynolds said "I do." Unfortunately for the couple, the happy occasion was marred by their problematic choice to walk down the aisle at Boone Hall, a South Carolina plantation, a place synonymous, of course, with slavery, and it took 8 years for the pair to recognize the error of their ways. Reynolds apologized for their insensitivity in 2020, telling Fast Company, "It's impossible to reconcile. What we saw at the time was a wedding venue on Pinterest. What we saw after was a place built upon devastating tragedy." A few months prior, the Hollywood power couple had pledged $200,000 to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, announcing on Instagram, "We want to educate ourselves about other people's experiences and talk to our kids about everything, all of it, especially our own complicity." In 2016, Lively appeared in Woody Allen's romantic drama Cafe Society. While promoting the film, the actor was inevitably asked about the many serious allegations made against Allen, but she often seemed ill-prepared on how to respond. There were even times when she seemed to explicitly defend him. While speaking to the Los Angeles Times, Lively argued that Allen was a force for good when it came to women's visibility. She also addressed the controversy surrounding him, saying, It's very dangerous to factor in things you don't know anything about. I could only know my experience, and my experience with Woody is that he's empowering to women. Lively also expressed her disapproval when the Cannes Film Festival's Master of Ceremonies said to Allen right before the screening of Café Society, "You've shot so many of your films here in Europe, and yet in the US, you haven't even been convicted of rape." In early 2024, Lively openly mocked Kate Middleton, who at the time had been notably absent from public appearances for several months, with the exception of a poorly photoshopped family photo. While referencing Middleton's photoshopped image, Lively uploaded a seemingly doctored photo of herself with a massive thumb. Unfortunately for Lively, the reason for Middleton's prolonged absence from the spotlight was later confirmed to be a cancer diagnosis. A horrified Lively soon issued an apology on an Instagram story, writing, "I'm sure no one cares today, but I feel like I have to acknowledge this. I made a silly post around the Photoshop fails frenzy, and oh man, that post has me mortified today. I'm sorry, sending love and well wishes to all, always." Just 2 years after getting married on a South Carolina plantation, Lively was once again accused of romanticizing slavery. This time, it was over a piece on her now-defunct lifestyle website Preserve titled Allure of Antebellum. Lively's name wasn't attached to the text, which celebrated the innate sense of social poise of the women of the pre-Civil War South, many of whom belonged to the slave-owning class. However, she did reportedly style the accompanying photos, which attempted to update the fashions of the 1800s for the modern age. Understandably, Lively and her team faced a huge backlash for the piece's tone deafness. Given that she worked with Harvey Weinstein on several occasions, Lively was inevitably asked for her opinion on the litany of sexual harassment and assault allegations that landed the movie mogul in jail. And although she didn't defend Weinstein, she didn't exactly condemn him either. While speaking to The Hollywood Reporter in 2017, Lively seemed far more interested in expressing her shock over the scandal, saying, "That was never my experience with Harvey in any way whatsoever. I do believe in humanity enough to think that this wouldn't have just continued. I never heard any stories like this. I never heard anything specific, but it's devastating to hear." In an appearance on Good Morning America, Lively reiterated that her past working experiences with Weinstein had been positive, adding,
"But that goes to show where, you don't always see what's going on behind closed doors."
In the midst of all the It Ends With Us controversy, an 8-year-old clip of Lively being interviewed during a press junket for Woody Allen's film Café Society went viral, and it didn't exactly help to quash all the Mean Girl rumors. In the clip, Norwegian journalist Chrissy congratulated Lively on her baby bump, seeing as she just announced she was pregnant with her second child. But instead of expressing gratitude, Lively abruptly fired back.
Congrats on your little bump.
Not only was the reporter not pregnant, but she also later revealed that she'd had trouble conceiving. Flaw also admitted that the interview made her consider quitting journalism and that she was hesitant to upload the footage, fearing it might limit her access to Hollywood stars. But she felt compelled to show the world the encounter in 2024 following a discussion with a colleague about the issue of censorship. She told The Hollywood Reporter, "I think a lot of journalists have had interviews like the one I had with Blake Lively, but they never talk about them, and they don't make them public because they're afraid to." Lively's conduct on the promotional circuit was also questioned by another revealing interview from 2017. During a discussion about the thriller All I See Is You, a reporter asked her about the roles she hoped to take on in the next 5 years. But for some bizarre reason, Lively appeared to take the question as a personal affront and responded in a combative manner, saying,
"What does that mean?"
Visibly flustered, the poor interviewer then tried to clarify that he was simply wondering whether she'd be prepared to try something new, quipping, "I mean, apparently you're not going to sing if you don't think you could sing." After remarking that she did indeed sing in what she was promoting, Lively then questioned whether the reporter actually watched the movie, adding,
"We're going to give you a pop quiz at the end."
The whole exchange prompted some viewers to theorize that Lively was always looking for a way to be rubbed the wrong way. During a 2017 appearance on Watch What Happens Live, actor Armie Hammer was asked who he found to be the biggest diva during his 4-episode run on Gossip Girl in 2009. He answered,
"I didn't end up actually filming all of the episodes I was supposed to because it was such a tough film."
Really? Literally, you said, "Get me out of this."
It was also like, get him out of here.
Cohen then mentioned Lively, Hammer's love interest on the show, prompting another guest, Chelsea Handler, to imply there had been an issue. Hammer appeared slightly flustered before responding, No, that's not what I'm saying. However, his hesitation to fully dismiss the idea suggested that he was indeed referring to Lively. Of course, Hammer has had his own scandals since then. Lively didn't exactly endear herself to expectant mothers in 2014 when she claimed that pregnancy cravings were essentially fake news. While being interviewed on the red carpet by Extra reporter AJ Calloway, the actor argued that the concept was just a lie to excuse unusual eating habits, saying,
It's the perfect way to get what you want all the time. If you want chocolate ice cream at midnight, you have a craving.
The baby talk began when Calloway pointed out her baby bump, revealing that his own wife was just 2 months away from giving birth, and that he'd been rubbing her feet whenever requested. Lively also didn't buy that sore feet is a side effect of pregnancy, arguing that Calloway's other half was simply taking advantage of the situation.
I'm rubbing feet every night, Blake.
You're a sucker.